the jab, right? Back to the head, to the body. I'm not really stepping in and hanging out here in the danger zone where Bob can counter me. So instead, what I'm going to do is use what I call the probing step, right? I'm just going to step a couple of inches with my lead foot to cover the distance, and then I create space again by pulling it back. The reason why I do that is because I can't hit Bob from here. But if I take, what, 4-inch step from here, now I hit him on the chin, he throws his counter shot, and I'm right back out, creating range again. Back, back, okay? What's a probe in Muay Thai? Could also be the jab, right? Bang. And now when I'm using these probes, whether it's the jab, whether it's the teep, could be inside or outside low kick, could be a side kick. What I'm doing is I'm taking mental note of how my opponent is reacting to these. What is their preferred way of defending against these probes, right? Maybe he's got a really tight guard, but every time that jab comes in, he goes here and he exposes this side of his face. Well, I'm going to use that. And that's what brings me to step number 2 is set traps by using your fakes and feints, all right? So, boom, I'm in the middle of the fight, throw this jab, or the beginning of the fight, right? Because, again, you don't want to like overcommit in the beginning. Bell sounds, bing, we're moving around, we're circling around each other. Hit him with a jab. All right, cool. Now I throw another jab, but he catches it, he parries it. Now his confidence is going up a little bit. I throw another one, he catches that one again. Now he thinks he's got me figured out. Throw another jab, bang, he catches it. So now I'm gonna set this trap. I'm gonna fake the jab, I'm gonna come around that hand with a hook, follow up with a cross, and exit out. All right, same thing with the teep, all right? I'd say every single time I throw the teep, he either hollow bodies or he scoops his hand and goes like this and tries to push my leg out of the way. So again, a teep, moving around, fake the jab, teep, ooh, fake the teep, jab, because his hand's down here now, right? Exposes his face. Now I'm gonna fake the teep, throw the jab or the cross, or fake the teep, slide in with an elbow, right? So I hit him with the teep, bang, throw another one, bang, he pushes it out of the way and he low kicks me. All right, fine, cool. Let him have his confidence because I'm gonna use it against him. So fake it, bang, step in with that elbow. Give them false confidence. Let them think they know how to defend against it. Really what you're doing is you're controlling them like a puppet. Really make them believe that you're gonna throw that shot. So it could be with the face, facial expressions, it's the body, it's the first 5% of the attack, right? So the jab looks like this in full, so I'm gonna, but also notice I make a noise, I breathe, or I key up, right? Let's talk about point number 3, which is play to your strengths and exploit their weaknesses. Know thyself. Just what comes natural to you. Maybe you're naturally a grappler or a wrestler in MMA. You want to take people down, you want to ground and pound. Maybe you naturally like throwing your hands. You're a boxer. Play to your strengths. Whatever naturally comes to you, cool. Just hone those skills and get better at them. Also, body type is very important too, right? Let's say you're in an amateur tournament, you go in front of a guy and he's a foot taller than you, he's lean, he's long, he's skinny. He's probably not going to get on the inside and dirty box on the inside. Again, there's going to be the outliers, there's going to be people who try to just completely surprise you. You got to be ready for that. But it kind of works to judge a book a little bit by its cover in fighting based on body type. So when you're practicing, when you're getting ready for the fight, know what your strengths are, and in the moment you notice, all right, every time I tend to do certain attacks, this guy leans back or he exposes his legs for the takedown. Again, know thyself and figure out your opponent mid-fight. Have a trick or two up your sleeve, right? You have to be an ever-evolving fighter. You have to be able to bring things to the table that they didn't prepare for, that they didn't train for. Some things that come to mind right off the top of my head are wheel kicks, right? Moving around. If they've never seen this on film, they've never seen you practice it, now all of a sudden you're moving around and you're known as being a grappler, and then you're catching them with one of those. Another thing is a flying knee, right? Jorge Masvidal against Ben Askren. Flying knee, right? Running in right off the bell. So have a trick or two up your sleeve. Finally, the 5th and final tip is have a backup plan. Have a plan B through Z, right? When you're sparring, use each round to practice a different strategy, right? So he's like, all right, you got 5 rounds today, so you should be practicing 5 different strategies. And this was one of the best bits of advice because I realized that my first 5 fights, I was very aggressive. I had more of a peekaboo style, forward pressure, a lot of hooks. I was working the body. I was going against a lot taller guys. Then I started playing with being a counter fighter, and I realized I enjoyed it a lot more. I was getting hit a lot less, and I was doing a lot better. So this is something that I want you guys to definitely take advantage of. If it works for you, great. You know it works for you. Get better at it, practice it, continue to use it. But what about when you go against the guy who knows how to beat your plan A perfectly, to a T? If you practice that in your sparring, you're going to be able to do that in competition. Alright guys, so I hope this video helps you formulate strategies, but remember that your training should prepare you for just about anything. You should have a plan A through Z. You should be able to adjust to any style fighter no matter what they bring to the table, right? They're going to try to catch you off guard. They're going to try to play to your weaknesses. Have a strategy. That is super important, but also be willing and ready to adjust. Until next time, I'm Shane, and this is Bob. Fight Tips for the Underdogs.